Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bo, along with a very, very special guest here at my team, Ruby, Keller Williams, North Raleigh. I do have the one and only Ruby Henderson with me. So this week, we're going to go ahead and answer the question, what is the best time to list your house if you are a seller? Well, let's begin with our topic this week. Before we do, again, I want to welcome the VIP, very special guest, and the queen bee of Team Ruby. This is Ruby Henderson. So very happy to finally get her tracked down, as she is typically out and about doing nothing but helping our sellers and our buyers and growing our team to help you all out there in the real estate world. So one thing I do want to share about Ruby before we get started, not most people know this. Ruby, your background before real estate was 20 years of
social work, yes.
So
working with people, solving problems.
So,
yes.
And thanks to that, I truly believe, and I wanted to share that with all of you out there, that everything about Team Ruby, the DNA is because of Ruby and what she did with all of her social work background. So thank you for taking the time today to go ahead and discuss that. So today we are talking about one of the most popular questions that Ruby receives when she's on listing appointments, which is what? What's the one question most sellers ask?
I think most people, I think there's several things. I think one of the main things, especially when we're looking towards the end of the season, is when is the best time of the whole year to list their house. That is a question I get constantly. The other one, of course, is what do we need to do to get our house prepared for the market. As far as the best time to list the house, and of course it depends on how much has to be done to the house, all these types of things. Typically, all markets are seasonable. They have their highs and the lows as far as when you get the most showings and when you don't. Traditionally, in our area, the slowest time of the entire year is the month of December. November is slow. December is even slower. It's very slow. The market starts picking up just a little bit in January, a little bit more in February, and it usually peaks in March, April, and May. So March, April, and May are really the most showings as far as the number of buyers out there. But we usually tell our people to try to get their house on the market sometime in February, just a little bit ahead of the competition, when most people think they're going to wait to the spring. So we always ask our people to get their house on the market sometime in February to get just ahead of the rush of people coming in.
Ruby, great question. And it's a great segue into what are the busiest months of the year that we see closings typically in our area and most likely throughout the entire country. What are those months that are the most popular?
In our area, you usually have the most showings between usually April, May, and June. So that's the months of the most closings. The most showings are usually March, April, and May. So,
well, this is something that's very important because many sellers that do ask that same question, when should we sell our house? Well, most people want to wait till the springtime. Well, if closings are happening in April to June, that means, here's a quick question. From contract to closing, typically, if someone goes under contract, Ruby, how long does it take to go from contract accepted to closing, typically?
on average, it's about 45 days, so that would back them up. Also, too, a lot of people have a lot to do with their house before they get ready to put it on the market, so it really depends on how much is involved. We're listing houses right now in this month to put them on 2 months later because of the things they have to do to get their house prepared and the staging that we have to do, so it depends on how much work needs to be done.
Very good question.
And also, too, Bo, going on that, typically December is the slowest time of the year. However, because of the shortage of inventory and, of course, the demand and the low interest rates, we've got like 21, 22 closings in December, which is a record December for us. So people are always buying and selling houses. We've sold houses on Christmas Eve. But traditionally, you will get the more showings in March, April, and May, but you have to back that up in time to give us time to get the house prepared and staged for the market.
Great information for all of you out there. Another quick question. Typically, how long does it take for our sellers or sellers in general from the moment they think they want to list to actually going active on the market? Typically, how long does that take?
Again, that's very house specific, depending on what types of upgrades, if they need upgrades or whatever they need. I'd say our average is several weeks. That gives us time to get in, help them get the house staged. Most people usually have something to do with it's carpet, paint. Some people have upgrades, and we've gone as long as 5 months. So, but I think our average person is usually a few weeks.
Okay. So if I hear you correctly, and this is great information because, again, this is one of the most popular questions that sellers ask. Team Ruby, anybody you're working with, when do I go on the market? Springtime is the most popular, but here is the point and the quick recap. If most homes are closing in April to June, if you close in April, now you go back 45 days to when that contract actually was accepted. That's taking you into March, maybe the end of February. Okay, well now we have to go back another 30 days, let's say, for that seller to prepare and to actually be on the market. So if buyers are looking and going under contract in March, that means the home has to be on the market in February. Well, if the home's on the market in February, that seller has already gone through their prepare to go active. So now the answer to most people's question is, when do I start, Ruby and Bo and Team Ruby? So after going through this whole process, January and February is the most popular time for sellers to begin the process, to go ahead and enjoy being part of the active closing months. Is that correct to say?
That is correct. And again, we recommend our people, if they're in a position to put their house on the market sometime the latter part of February, to get just ahead of all the people starting to put their house on the market in the spring market.
Well, I think that answers one of the most popular questions we've had, and it's great to have it coming from the one and only Ruby Henderson. So always a pleasure. Been part of Team Ruby for many, many years, and we've been helping many, many people like yourself to buy or sell. So if you are looking to sell, or if you're looking to buy, please give us a call here at Team Ruby. Check us out at myteamruby.com, because we would love to be there for you and your family to help you through that chapter in life, help you sell, help you buy. So once again, Ruby, thank you for joining us. I know she's off to her next appointment, so it was very special to have you for this quick time.
Thank you.
Thank you.